Hey y'all, so today's video is a haul. It is a continuation of Hauliuary. I'm a little behind on my uploading, so Hauliuary is continuing and becoming February. Yeah, February. You like that? Yeah, February. If you guys are getting sick of hauls, just let me know and I will not do them. But a lot of you guys seem to like that I don't just like stockpile the shit, that I actually use it. And then when I go to do the haul, you know, I give like little mini reviews. So if you're new to my channel, that's what I'll do when I haul. So let's just get into this one. So this brand I'm about to show you is a brand that you're probably bleeding from the ears from listening to. And that brand is Colourpop. So of all the hype going around on YouTube, I was like, let me check this shit out. I spent $50 on the website and I got a lot of stuff for $50. So let's just get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the eyeshadows, the colors that I got, and the Lippie Stix or pencils or whatever. I'm going to show you the colors that I got. I will do like little side-by-side swatches. And then at the end, I'll kind of give you an overview of what I think. So let's get started. So when you first get your package, it comes in a little cute box. Isn't this cute? Little box that says Colourpop, and your stuff comes down here. Very nicely packaged, very nicely, well, bubble wrapped so nothing breaks or anything like that. The lipsticks and the lip pencils come in a box that looks like this. They have the names on the box. The eyeshadows come in a box that looks like this, but the names of the eyeshadows aren't on the box, but they are on the eyeshadows. So if you've been living like under a rock and have not seen any types of reviews or swatches or anything on the Colourpop brand, basically what it is a cosmetic brand. It's based out of LA, and they create what are called Super Shock shadows. These shadows are very pigmented, sparkly. They have a consistency of a cream slash powder. They're not a cream and they're not a powder. They feel almost wet to the touch. They're like the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes, if you've ever felt those. Or Maybelline has these new like duo eyeshadow things out, and they feel super similar to those. They feel kind of wet. So inside of the box is everything that you purchased, obviously, but they also include a couple of cards. The first card is a handwritten note. How lovely, how thoughtful. I thought so. So they handwrite a note and stick it in there for you. I thought that was totes cute and very thoughtful. The second card tells you about the Lippie Stix. The Lippie Stix are their lipsticks. So it tells you each and every finish that the Lippie Stick comes in and how it wears. So like glossy finish, medium, full coverage, packed with moisture, feels extra creamy and buttery with a glossy finish. So each one tells you like what each lipstick is. And then the last and final card is your Super Shock shadow card, and it comes with tips and tricks on how to apply them. And what Colourpop recommends is that you use your fingers to apply them to get the most pigmentation and to get the easiest application. It also tells you on the card to make sure you keep them shut super tight because of the consistency of them. They can dry out. So enough of that, let's get into the colors. So the first color that I got is called Meow, and this is one of their tie-dye shadows. The reason why I got this one is because I don't hear anybody saying anything about the tie-dyed shadows. All I hear is about the, you know, just standard sparkly, metallic, glittery Super Shock shadows, but no one's ever talked about these that I've seen. So I went ahead and got one of these, and the color that I got is Meow. It is a silvery kind of taupey color. I will also include a picture of this one in like its original state because I've obviously used it and it's not really what it looked like. When I seen this on the website, I thought it was really pretty and really cool looking. However, it's not like one of my favorite colors because I hate cool tone colors. I'm not like a cool tone person. I love my warm colors, and this is a very, very cool tone silvery color. However, I did have this on in my Shit Products of 2014 video, and a lot of you guys seem to like it, so that is Meow. The next color I got is also a Super Shock. I think they're all Super Shock shadows. Let's check. Super Shock Shadow, yep, they're all Super Shock Shadows. I guess it's just the finish. So this is a tie-dye. This one is just a standard like Super Shock Shadow. The color is lovely. It's a super, super pale gold. It's not like a super yellowy gold. It's just like a really perfect pale, almost excuse me, almost champagne gold. I really, really like this one. The next color that I got is Hanky Panky, and this is like that perfect mid-tone brown transition color. Not too cool, not too warm. Reminds me a lot of Makeup Geek Latte. It's, you know, if you know what that color is, this one's super similar to that. The next color I got is Coppa Feel, and to be honest, I thought this was going to be a lot like Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, and it is not. It's very... What is wrong with my throat? It is very, very brightening. I actually have it on today as a brow bone highlight. It's almost a white brightening color, which is completely deceiving from what it looks like in the pan. Because in the pan it looks like super peachy and kind of like a mid-tone type color, but it's totally not. The next color is Bandit, and this is just a super, super warm chocolatey brown. I freaking love this color. The next color, or the last color I got is Hustle. Now, when I seen this on the website, I thought that this was going to be more of like a maroon kind of red-brown burgundy color. And it almost pulls that color on camera as well, and on the swatch, but it's actually more of like a really deep plum purple. When I look at it on camera right now, it does kind of represent the color, but I tried to film this before and it came off like the color that I thought it was going to be, so it's not like it's their fault or anything. It's just comes off kind of different on film. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, I can't remember, but when I initially filmed this, I was going to do a haul slash first impression, but the consistency and the way these eyeshadows work, I really, sorry, my eyeball itches. I really just wanted to have the chance to use them before I gave you guys like an opinion on them. You guys seem to really like the fact that I kind of use the stuff that I haul before I show it to you, so that way I can kind of give you mini reviews. So let's move on into the lip products, shall we? We shall. I only got 3 Lippie Stix and I got a Lippie pencil. So the first Lippie stick that I got is Brink. This is just like that perfect neutral everyday, anyone can wear it, anyone can pull it off type nude color. It's not like a concealer nude, but it's not that super dark like Kylie Jenner nude. It's just like a perfect in between. I absolutely love this one, and this one is a satin formula. The next one I got was Dahlia, and this one is a matte formula. This is a super, well, this is what I have on my lips right now, as a matter of fact. I freaking love this color. It's so vampy and pretty, and the formula, even though it's matte, it is a hair drying, but most mattes are super dry, but I just love the color and the finish of this. And then I went ahead and got the Dahlia lip pencil just because it's so dark. I thought I needed a lip pencil, but to be honest with you guys, because of the shape and the texture of these lipsticks, like see how it's like super small and almost pointed at the top, you honestly don't need a lip liner because they don't feather and they're just super, super easy to apply. And then the last color that I got is Lumiere because I wanted to support my girl Kathleen Lights. If you guys don't know who Kathleen Lights is, like you're probably living under a friggin' rock, but I'll link her channel down below. If you don't know who she is, she's super sweet. Super genuine. She's one of those people on YouTube that you can actually trust their opinion. I just love her. I act like we're friends in my mind, but you know, whatevs. Anyways, just wanted to support her, and I absolutely love the color. She collaborated with Colourpop and created this color, and it is perfect. It is like a perfect neutrally, well, you can see in the swatch, a perfect neutrally like Kylie Jenner nude type color. So on trend right now, and this is a matte finish and I absolutely love it. Alright, so that is what I got. Let's move on into what I think. So as far as the Super Shock shadows go, like the shimmery ones, I absolutely love them. I feel like they are super pigmented. I do not like that you almost have to apply them with your finger because I'm not somebody that likes to apply my eyeshadow with my finger. Not to mention the fact that the shimmery ones, I'm only going to be wearing on my lid, and because I have hooded eyes, I don't have much lid space to work with. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like they do not come off as pigmented on your eyes as they do on your hand, and this is the reason. So if I'm swatching it on my finger and I put it on my hand, it's like, oh, look at all that color, so pigmented, yes, gaga. However, you cannot push on your eyelid like you can on your hand, you know what I mean? Like, you're not putting as much pressure on your eyelid as you are on your hand when you're taking the color off of your finger, you know what I'm saying? So they don't come off as they don't come off as pigmented on your lids, so you do have to kind of go in a couple of times to kind of build it up. And and it may just be the colors I have too, by the way. I have Copperfield on my lid right now, or not Copperfield, but Lovely on my lid right now, and I had to go in probably about 2 to 3 times to get it to the opacity of my liking. The tie-dyed shadows, same thing, super pigmented, however, you do have to, you know, build it up. The matte shadows. The way I feel about the matte shadows is I feel like they would make perfect smoky eye shadows. And what I mean by that is if you take your finger on this and put it on your eyes, you know, like a dark color, and start at the lash line and blend up and fade out, they're perfect for that. They're super pigmented. However, when you put a brush in, so I take this brush, stick it in the shadow, and then I go to blend it on my eye. Do you see how patchy and like uneven that is? And I think it's because of the texture of the eyeshadow. But, and I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to kind of go in and, you know, you have to work with it. There's a learning curve to applying these. And at first I thought, fuck, what am I going to do? Because I can't like sit there and, you know, put a color in my crease with my fingers. And I don't feel comfortable doing that. Some of you guys might, I just don't. So I was like, shit, what am I going to do? So I'm watching like reviews and stuff like that, and I saw other girls applying them with brushes. So I was like, well, shit, yeah, I can apply it with a brush too. But there is a learning curve to it, and to be straight up, it takes me probably double the time to get an eye look with these eyeshadows as it does with a standard powder eyeshadow, you know? Like, so say it takes me 10 minutes to like do both eyes with powder eyeshadow. This would take me 15 to 20 minutes just because you have to build the color up and you have to kind of work with it a little bit. It does have the pigmentation and I love the color range, but you have to work with it. There's a learning curve to it. You have to figure out what brushes you can use, what you can't use. I honestly finally found a use for my E25 because this fucker is so stiff. That it actually pushes the color around really well. So if you own an E25 or bought a recent E25, because I'm pretty sure they were made differently back in the day, but this one's like a super stiff brush, so I think this would be really good for that. Also, which one did this come out of? The Urban Decay Naked 3 brush, because it has a flat end on one side and then kind of a stiff slash fluffy end on the other side. This one would be really good for it as well. I also found that laying it down with a stiff brush like this end and then blending it with, you know, like a stiff slash fluffy brush out with this end is a really good way to apply it. Another thing that I really like about these is you guys know that my eyes water constantly, like they're on constant drip. They're irritated like all the fucking time and it's super annoying. But with these shadows, they seem to stay on a little bit longer than like what a powder shadow does. I don't know if it's just because of the consistency or what, but yeah, so there are some pros and there are some cons. Do I think it's worth the price tag? Hell yes. I mean, these are only $5. I don't know if I mentioned that too. Everything on the website is $5. The lip pencils, the Lippie Stix, and the eyeshadows are $5. So my total overview kind of review on them is, yes, I absolutely like them. However, you got to learn how to use them, and that I don't really like about them. I'm not like super crazy about the packaging because they're going to be kind of a bitch to store. However, I really like the color range. I really like the pigmentation. The Lippie Stix and Lippie pencils, I think I'm going to buy like the whole line because they are amazing. I absolutely love the formula. They stay on forever. They're such good products. They like seriously hit it out of the park with the Lippie Stix and the Lippie pencils. I absolutely love the shape of them, the texture. They don't feather. Like, they're just really good lip products, and at $5 that's freaking cheaper than drugstore. Like, there are drugstore lipsticks out right now that are legit like $13 a fucking lipstick. That is ridiculous for drugstore. These are surpass the formula of those, and they're well worth it. So yeah, that is my thoughts on my Colourpop haul. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can leave them down there. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, maybe not. If I didn't, then all the eyeshadows on my eyes right now are Colourpop. So if you guys want a tutorial on the look that I got going on, then just let me know down there and I will totally do that for you. Plus you guys can kind of see like what I'm talking about, like how they apply and stuff like that. So anyways, that was it for my haul and kind of like my take on Colourpop. You guys know I always keep it 100 for you. I'm always honest and truthful, maybe a little too blunt sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. BT dubs, I did pay for all these, just in case you guys were wondering. I used my own money to order all this stuff. So anyways, that is it for this Colourpop haul / review. If you guys like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you are not. Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you please. And I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.